Once the proposal has been delivered, there is a waiting period. Will they sign or won't they? If you've gone through the process successfully, you should have a good idea how likely it is the decision maker will sign. If you had mail tracking on your proposal email or proposal software, you'll be able to see if they receive and open the proposal. If there's been a lot of enthusiasm and the cost is within their budget range, you can feel pretty good about your chances. If you know they're talking to other companies, then you're left in a place where you still need to position yourself as a right choice for your follow-up. The key to following up is doing so within a reasonable amount of time and in a way that doesn't come off desperate or overbearing. Back up a little. Let's explore why someone wouldn't sign. There are 3 practical reasons a potential client doesn't sign the proposal right away, even when they have all the expectations to move forward with the project. They could be waiting for the budget to be approved by the finance department, a large payment to come through on their end, or something to clear on their credit card before signing and sending the deposit. They could be waiting for a second decision maker. To avoid this being an issue, make sure that all people who are decision makers are on your digging deeper call. Often businesses are structured in a way that the person cutting the check isn't the one you're speaking with, and that's okay. If the person you're speaking with is the one that says go, then don't worry about getting the CEO on the call if that's not the way they work. They could also be waiting on their copywriter, a photo shoot, product samples from the manufacturer, or other large milestones in their business to be completed. If this is the case, there may have been miscommunication on their target launch date and how long it'll take to complete the project. Any roadblocks like this should have come up in the digging deeper call. It's worth stating it's normal that a business owner would seek out the cost of building a website before they're fully ready to begin. They're planning ahead, and that's a good thing. Be respectful of this factor and you'll win the job just a little later than you may have planned. Furthermore, it's okay for the client to not have everything ready by the time you begin in the project. Just be aware, this may delay the actual launch date. To get around this, agree with the client to deliver the website to them with dummy product images or copy, and close out the project with a clause to update the copy, images, or products for an X number of hours once they're ready. With any of these reasons, it's still important that their delay is communicated. You have a schedule that you must abide by to stay on budget. To wait around for them will be at the cost of another project. Now, what if the lead isn't expecting to move forward and isn't responding to the proposal? There are 3 reasons leads don't sign, and how we follow up with them for each reason would be different. It's more than likely a lead doesn't sign right away because the business owner is getting a proposal from another provider. This can be the reason for a radio silence. Sometimes this will come out in your digging deeper call. Getting multiple providers' proposals is part of doing business, and it shouldn't be taken personally. Always ask if there's any feedback if they choose someone else, good or bad, and you may find ways to improve. Another reason may be the price wasn't what they expected. This would be a failure of the questionnaire digging deeper call. By the time your proposal arrives, the price shouldn't be a surprise. If they have new business growth doubts or suddenly don't have the budget, that's something different. If you did your job right, then this would have nothing to do with you. You can always work with them if their budget decreases, but if the project kicks off with concerns about the budget, you'll never walk back, and it will always be a talking point. Lastly, the final reason someone wouldn't move forward is that they aren't sure what they want to do with the project. If you followed your process, then this may be an indecisive person, a larger red flag. By making sure your proposal lists out all their goals and the solutions they need to get them there, you've only repeated back to them what they've told you. If they're switching back and forth between what they want, you may never end up with a successful project. The solution is to give them more time on their end to figure that out and then come back to you when they're clear. Always remember that on the other side of your proposal is a real person making big business decisions. Why they don't move forward may have nothing to do with you and everything to do with their business. They may feel overwhelmed, and the level of investment only showed them the reality of starting a business or taking their business to the next level. If you're following up in a way that allows them to be open and honest, they can share their reasoning. When clients are unsure, unclear, or nervous about the budget, and you still want the business, a paid discovery session is often the best solution for an initial one-time payment. Now, let's explore how we follow up keeping in mind all these reasons and various situations above. Follow-ups can fall into 3 categories: poking, positioning, and last call. Business owners are busy, distracted, and overwhelmed as they juggle work and personal life. Poking is simply following up to make sure they receive the email and allowing them the opportunity to ask any questions. Poking should be a non-intrusive little nudge to remind them that you're on their to-do list. In this email template, you'll see an example of poking that can happen about 1 week after you've sent the proposal. It's always helpful to get the prospect on a call to motivate them to sign. so consider offering that if they have any lingering questions. Positioning, which can happen within the first 2 weeks after sending the proposal, is preferred to poking because you are offering them something of value instead of emailing to just check in. If you send an email further positioning yourself as an expert, then you're still achieving a reminder without looking desperate to get a response. Positioning, as seen in the template, could be sending them resources they may need in their build, helpful links online, or articles that can help educate them on your process. Last call is a final outreach that makes it clear that you need an answer if the project is to move forward. This can be as firm as you want it to be. Your proposal doesn't last forever. It's based off the scope of work and the target launch date. You scope out the cost based on those factors as well as your availability and resources. If they decide to delay months or even a year, the proposal is not going to stay the same. You know your schedule now and can't predict too far ahead in the future of what will happen. In this email template, the example has it being sent anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks after the proposal was sent. The first example brings up the target launch date as a reason for response. The second example takes their silence as a no. Both of these examples are brief and should be enough to get the prospect to reply if it's truly a no or if it's a maybe. In following up or following through on our process, a potential client shouldn't be offended that you're seeking out an answer on whether they'll be able to move forward or not. It just needs to be done in a careful manner that doesn't come off as desperate or overbearing. 2 to 3 emails over the course of 4 weeks are perfectly normal. If any of those emails elicit a response, you move forward with whatever that response is. If they need to wait a couple months because of content, you need to break up the project into phases because of budget or waiting on a proposal from another provider, adjust accordingly. Be professional and helpful while still making sure that they're aware of your resources, timeline, and availability. By being on top of getting the project started, you showcase to them your enthusiasm for the project as well as your professionalism to project manage its success. This attention will close leads who respect you as a website designer or developer, and those clients are the best clients to work with.